Well, happy Vlogmas Day 13 or entry 13. I've kind of lost track of what day it should actually be. So I have kind of an interesting little story to tell you guys about how my day started today because it's been exciting. So my smoke detector, evidently the battery was dying and it started to beep. Now, it actually technically started to beep last night, but it was really, really intermittent. And I'm like, oh, it's so late. I don't want to get the ladder and have to go change that. Let's just tough it out till the morning and then I'll do it in the morning. Now, let me tell you why that was a huge mistake. I have two super crazy dogs. They're both pit bulls. They're both really, really sweet girls. They are super neurotic, kind of like me. That's why we get along pretty well. So one is 6, that's Ginger. And then the other one is turning 2 this month. And that's Cirilla, but I call her Siri. So they're both pretty neurotic. Ginger is scared of the thunder, of fireworks, of rain. Not so much people though. She's like, hey, people, cool. Well, no, she's scared of people too. But she's less scared of like stuff. Like I can move stuff around. I can go in and out of the house. She's just curious. But the younger dog is scared of stuff. Now, she's not as scared of people. She likes people, but she is scared of like if I move furniture around, she barks at it. Like that's her. She's like, what is that? Why is it moving? And when I bring boxes in from deliveries, she's like, there's a box, there's a box, there's a box. So it was not my best decision to not change the battery on the smoke detector because at like 5 in the morning this morning, it started to go off more regularly. You know, beep, beep. And the dogs just lost it. Just lost it. Ginger jumped up in the bed, my older one, who is my big girl, like her mom. She's all, oh, she's shaking, oh, it's beeping. But the other one's just like circling. She's walking all around the room. She's unsettled. She won't lay down. And I'm like, okay. And I thought, well, maybe she needs to go to the bathroom too. So I got up and I opened the dog door and let her out. So it's just, like a flap on the bottom of the door. And so she went out and she tinkled. But then she was like, I can still hear that thing beeping. So she started barking. Now remember, it's like 5 in the morning. My neighbors' houses and ours and mine are like right on top of each other. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I'm sure my neighbors are really appreciating her outside barking at 5 in the morning. So I'm like, get out of here. So I got her inside and I put the flap back on to keep her inside. Because I'm thinking this isn't going to take long. So I went to go change the battery, but I first tried to do it with a chair because I am a moron. And I'm like, this is not smart and it's not safe. And I have a ladder. Well, it's technically my friend's ladder, but I've been keeping it in my garage for basically 3 years now. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just go get the ladder. And I swung open the door to the garage and I brought the ladder in and I set it up. And as I'm climbing up, the house alarm went off because I forgot to turn that one off. Siri then proceeded to completely lose her mind. She was like, what is that? And she ran and was trying to get out. Now remember, I put the thing back on the dog door so she couldn't get out. And this was not okay with her. So she nearly ripped my curtains off of the wall trying to get, because I had already even closed the curtains back over it. So she's trying to get out. And then I hear her crying and just, and I'm trying to get the alarm turned off. I'm trying to get my phone because I know the alarm company is going to call me in a minute, the security company. And if I don't answer, they will send the police. And I know this from another debacle night where I had a similar situation. So I'm like, I got to get that phone. So I'm trying to get that disarmed, get my phone, trying, and then the stupid smoke detector still beeping, by the way. So I'm like, I gotta get that thing done. So all this happening, and she's in here like trying to break down that door. So I get the thing changed. I talk to the security company, give them my password. They don't send the police. And then I fold up the ladder and I lean it against the wall. And I come in here. She's still losing her mind. I'm trying to calm her down. And finally, she went and hid in her crate. This is the aftermath of where she was like, you have to get this thing off. And she just tried to chew it up. Can you see that? I feel really bad. Like, she was really stressed. I mean, I also feel bad about my stuff. It still works. I mean, it's going to block the door. It's fine. But, oh, I feel really, she was terrified. And I feel terrible about it. What are you going to do? I mean, I can't. I only have so much control over so many things, you know. It was an accident that I let the alarm go off. So that was how I started my day. By the time all that was over, it was about 6. And my alarm was set to go off at 6:30. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm up. Like, there's no sense in going back to bed for 30 minutes. Or at least, I don't know, like I say, I haven't done that before. But I usually get up feeling much worse than if I just stay up. So I just stayed up. And then it has been a super crazy day. You know, my friend's 120-pound lab collie mix had knee surgery. So I told her she only lives about a mile from me. And I'm like, when you bring him home from the vet, let me know. I'll come help you get him out of the car. So I did do that. But at the same time, this little white young cat had just wandered into her yard and wouldn't leave. And then we were like, well, we can't just, it was all wet and kind of dirty. And I'm like, it's too friendly to not be somebody's pet. But at the same time, it, you know, it's like it's been abandoned. So we had that drama. And then I kind of convinced my friend, you should hold on to it while we try to find its rightful owners. And so she's like, okay, I'll put it in my bathroom. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to go to youth now. Bye. Because I am a horrible friend. I got to youth and I was like, oh man, that was bad on my part. I sure did just abandon her. And she's like, oh, okay. So there was a kid in the neighborhood that was like I say kid, like, you know, like a late teenager, mid-late teenager. And she's like, well, I'll take it. And I'm like, well, we probably should try to find its owner first. So Tina, oh, sorry. My friend kept it to give us time to see if we could find its owner. So I posted it on Nextdoor. And we've already called that person back and said, if you still want it, just come get it. Because it obviously had been out for a couple of days. And I just don't foresee us having a good chance of finding the rightful owners, particularly, you know, in the neighborhood where she lives. It just doesn't seem, it's a long story, but I doubt it. Okay. So, and if they're willing to take it, she's already got 2 cats and a dog. I've got 2 dogs and an allergy to cats. So, and of course, that's partly why I keep rubbing my eyes and they're so red tonight. Like yesterday was regular allergies, but today is cat allergies. So kind of snotty, sore throat, eyes are itching. It's fine. It's fine. So it's just been an eventful day. And on top of all that, all day I've been super stressed because I'm supposed to go to a client site tomorrow. And, you know, it's a good client and we have a good relationship, but it's, to me, it's always a little stressful to go to a client site because I want to make a good impression. I want to like have all of our ducks in a row. And my manager and I had gone through all the reports. We felt good about what we need to present, but it's always just a little bit nerve-wracking. You know, what if they ask us something we can't answer it, which it's not the end of the world. You just say, I'll get the answer. You know, you can't always answer every question, but it's just stressful because you got to put on nice clothes and try to make a good impression. And the one really good thing that happened today, though, was just as I was getting ready to go to my friend's house, my boss sent me an email and said, we don't have to go tomorrow. And I was like, yes. I don't have to wear a suit. Like, I don't have to put on nice clothes. I do have to go into the office tomorrow, so I can't completely bum out, but I don't have to straighten my hair. I don't have to, put on dress shoes. I can still wear comfortable shoes. So, that was good. So, and I hope nobody from this client sees this and thinks that I mean anything bad about them. It really is not about that. It's just, it's the week before Christmas and there's so much going on. And in my line of work, everybody's trying to close out their books at the end of the year. And I know a lot of you guys probably, your companies are too. So we are just getting slammed with inquiries about why didn't this bill pay and why did that one only short pay and what's going on with this, trying to clear out their end of the year. So it's just, and yesterday and today I was short 3 people on my team. So again, things that couldn't be helped. It's just, it is what it is. Like, it's just life. But it's been a little hairy. So when she's like, we don't have to go there tomorrow, I was like, yes. Now January will be fine. It'll be perfectly fine. But whew, one good thing. Of course, my friend is still sitting there with a cat. That's not hers. I do feel bad about that. I do feel kind of bad about that. Oh well. I did offer to take it, y'all. I offered multiple times. I'll come get it. She's like, you're allergic. I'm like, well, it won't kill me for a night or two. I just won't hold it like I was. She's like, oh no, it's already sitting on my lap. It's fine. I said, okay. So that's been my day. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Not fun to start a day with all the dramatics that I had today, but I survived it. So did my dogs, even though they didn't think they were going to. She really did not think she was going to survive that. So she needed out. Well, she did survive it. So happy Vlogmas Day 13. And I will hopefully talk to y'all tomorrow. Maybe the cat will be gone. Maybe it won't. We'll see what happens. And I guess that's it for now.